And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Victoria 3 in our Great Qing run. Obviously we need to deal with the cultural minorities here. Either by getting our radicalism down, so they don't feel the need to declare independence, or by passing multiculturalism, which will at least redirect their ire towards more useful pursuits. Like their standard of living rather than their culture. The art of doing nothing. We welcome members to art. Official translations. Ben and Pops become more loyalist. We lose some bureaucracy temporarily. Sure. Communists are coming for our women! Oh, they're going to be danger close to revolting. Well, if they do, then we just send the troops in and crush the revolt. They've only got 2 soldiers, so is what it is. Council of Fire, Council of Illumination, Council the Revolution! We'll do Council the Revolution here. I can pay authority here. That'll be fine. Coffee talk. Mass skill training for the trade center. Cool. I need to put something else in the queue. Do you want to expand the government bureaucracy? I think we do want to expand the government bureaucracy a little bit at least. That's not going to keep the queue full for very long, though. And then iron next. Oh, gold. Oh, domestic goldstone. Domestic it's not. Like 6,000 iron. We're getting 800 each. So about 800 would be 10. We'll do 80. I don't have a problem with trying to export iron, for example. Explosives. Although I suppose we are going to take we're going to take a hit on the fragile unity if one of these guys try to break away. I think that counts as a civil war. Anarchist movement. Okay, so if we pass multiculturalism, or pass corporatism, that's going to help us with multiculturalism. There'll be another, like, 9% for multiculturalism. So we'll be starting off with 15s instead of 5s. Much better. Assuming the monarch doesn't die in the meantime. Okay, that's not... Oh, I've got a monopoly out, don't I? That's why the price is higher there. On one of the corporations, I think. Although at this point we probably all the coal's domestically owned. I'll be surprised if that's the case. Oop, losing the prosperity bonus there. Apparently it is not profitable enough. Probably because we built too much iron. Fair enough. That'll probably recover, especially because I think we'll go into steel next. So... 70 things of steel mill. Yeah, we're up to 500,000, so line is beginning to very rapidly go up. Oh, still stuck in that perpetual war. Okay. Red Revolution, yellow headlines. Okay, there's corporatized unions. Has it been long enough for me to take another swing at multiculturalism? No. 4 weeks, though. We can't. And as I brought up earlier, we got better success chance because of the power of... Well, the growing power of the nationalist movements and the power of the anarchy movement. It's helping there. The anarchist movement, yeah. go. Attempt to do that again. 16% chance. What do I want to build next after the steel? Lead. Engines. It's like about 100 levels of engine. Their civilization mission. So now I can start maybe chipping away at the Japanese. Because that's going to significantly reduce... Although I got to do naval landings to take stuff for the Japanese, don't I? Yes. Don't think there's a connection there anymore. I'm not quite sure if we're going to be equipped enough to do naval landing. How much do you have for the army? Maybe 100. 100 of what troop quality? '29 infantry, line infantry. Yeah, so the skirmish infantry should be able to handle that. Bring enough. Or revolt, so that's going to be perpetual revolt. Okay, I think we'll stay the course a little bit longer. Work identification documents, and then I think we're back over here. We're going to do something like electrical generation into telephone. And then telephone into central planning. Oh, and the Tibetan's the only one that's still kicking around because they actually would prefer us to be cultural exclusion. Okay. And it still fizzled out as well. And the anarchist movement fizzled out, so we're back down to minuscule chance of multiculturalism, which is a bit of a shame. Free company charter, so we can grab another company. I think I'm going to hold off on assigning this company, because I think we want this company to either be cars or electronics. Oh, we care about power plant throughput, but we are probably going to get telephones for other people, which means if we can export telephones to the world, that'd be good. Sort of logic with the cars. Is cars a secondary on one, or am I just not seeing it? Cars may be a secondary on one of them. It is secondary on one of them. I probably have the company already. Oh, this is in the potentials. Oh, so I think it's a secondary on something. Okay. Which may mean I can already start the car company. In which case, if I can start the car company, I probably should start the car company. Maybe I have to add it to something. That would kind of make sense. Oh, there we go. Premier Motor. So there's the cars. So go ahead and establish Premier Motor. That makes sense. Let's do that. Actually, first, let's check make sure there isn't another car company. There's that one. Not super interested in the formation bonus, but we want cars and engines to be productive would not be bad. Could put rubber on there, that actually makes a lot of sense. Oil can do power and railways. No. Rice and oil, okay. Yeah, so it's probably going to be that company, or that company. Oh, I could grab the armament company, put it in the armorant. Army offense, army defense is super bad. The problem is we're going to have a hard problem making an army one profitable. Although the cars would definitely help with that if we really wanted the army bonuses. Not appreciating how much trying to scroll on this is also scrolling on the regular map, which is not really what we want. Game. Yeah, so it's probably that one, or that one. If I want cars. And if I want cars, then we might as well just go pick it up now. We're gonna get another company at some point. Make that one the electronics company. And if I wanted to give it industry, I could give it steel mills. Which makes sense. We'll give it steel mills. It's not conflicting with any of our other companies, right? Yeah, it can only have one each. We already got iron there, so that's not a conflict, and that's not a conflict there. Okay. Health system up to 3. There are more techs, I think, for getting health up, right? So society, we've got malaria, antibiotics. So that's 4 and 5. We probably actually do flip malaria after central planning. If there's even a coastline in Africa, there isn't at this point. Malaria might allow us to go into Africa. Oh, that took us back up to at least 16, so the anarchist is still kind of kicking around. It's probably going to fail, but... Corporation speed, taxation capacity, max home affairs. Okay, so we definitely do want the identification documents. All stalled again. Oh, and then it went down, so it's about to get another setback. I think this attempt is dead. Kick that to the curb for the moment. Yeah, we're gonna want to expand bureaucracy. Although I think we're gonna hold off until we get the telephones here, where we expand the bureaucracy. Time for the tax change. Yeah, time for the tax change. Our forces in... Actually, that's legitimate enough. We'll do that. Unless I'm going to gain legitimacy with kicking Confucians out. I would gain kicking Confucians out. We'll do that for the moment. And then, yeah. Proportional taxation here. Yes, it's going to be a tax hit in the short term. In the long run, this is going to be far better than land-based. And we may even see a standard of living jump from the proportional taxation jump here. I wouldn't even be surprised if that does it right there. Yep. Made the gap smaller, though. And new mandate. We're going to take the next colonial offices because it's going to lower the bureaucracy on colonial affairs. We're really looking for that last one, which is the infamy reduction. It'll allow us to pick on nations that have not... Oh no, you're a major power, you're recognized. Oh, this is to pick on the unrecognized nations a little bit more. Although, I suppose for various things, that's probably what we want, right? We want them to be unrecognized. So you're unrecognized, but you're a subject of them. Might go with India. Oof. India's got an army. Maybe I should build my army up. That's what I should do the next time. I think the stuff comes off cooldown. No, because we're an ongoing successionist, I can't do anything about that. Fair enough. So there's power plants. I don't think the first form of telephones don't actually require power. Yeah, it requires a bunch of lead, or a bunch of rubber. So yeah, we want to do telephones. And yeah, probably after we're done expanding the army, we do want to do organization there. Old Victoria 2 music. One of the DCs for this game is if you have Victoria 2, you get the music in Victoria 2 in Victoria 3. I remember this track from Victoria 2. And artillery. I think we only got the one artillery unit, to be fair. Oh, no, I'm wrong. We got some over there, too. Okay, and then... yeah, we're train a bunch of infantry. Based on employment again. And we'll employ just short of 100 more battalions. Two less than 100, so we've actually got space for another 3 there. Let's see how that works. Commercial taxation's off to a quick advance. Again, in the short run, this is going to reduce taxes, but in the long run, this will be the better form of taxation for the ever-growing economy. Yeah, at some point I should build the skyscraper in Beijing, so I'll just put that in queue, or forget about it again. So you're going to be danger close to revolting. You're actually there. You're going to go over. Okay. We're going to have a civil war. It is what it is. Not on board with giving you secret police. Yeah, no secret police for you. Oh, apparently have a gold reserve of 3 million because of all the privatization. Okay. So 1 in 4 chance we finish proportional taxation here. Again, it's going to be a slight hit to the tax rate. Or actually, at this point, it might not even really be a slight hit to the tax rate. supposed to be a slight hit to the tax rate was the plan. Oh, the enlightened royalist is gone, replaced with an authoritarian. You know, maybe we might give the armed forces their desired law. Good old secret police. That would definitely help mitigate some of the ongoing problems. Okay, so that allows us to build the metal military warships. Yes. However, we don't yet have a light hull yet. We just got the heavy hull. So we don't want to do that transition yet. We want to delay that a little bit longer. Yeah, right now we could upgrade the ironclads, but we don't have monitors. I want to pick up before we upgrade. So after we're done with malaria prevention, do monitors. So we can swap over, or... Yeah, either monitors or self-propelled torpedoes. We'll check in when that's done. Oh, yeah, we're definitely at the point where we're making money. And Portial, so definitely, like, the time to make the swap was what we hit there. Art's high. Art trade centers is 500. Yeah, so build a bunch of art. What we need, like 150 art academies, because we're China. In a way, that kind of describes China. So your volume of needs you can get sometimes with China. Oh, and these are 500 or 5,000 people each. This is, I don't want to stick to some of the bigger states. Okay. Just kick the art problem down the road a bit. Get the art price down. Get us to stop importing that and import something else, maybe. Yep, that was the somewhat expected uprising. Mobilize, deploy Chinese army to deal with it. Gas proportional taxation. I doubt proportional taxation. Gotta be loud for whatever reason. Doubt proportional taxation took us long enough to take another swing, another bite at the apple with multiculturalism. we're getting pretty high odds with cultural exclusion. Yeah, we got an authoritarian monarch. Let's swap over to secret police. We got 46% in support of that. Oh, that explains why the deal is gone, because, you know, you can't have a deal with someone who doesn't exist. Is that war still ongoing? Yep. Hasn't been 5 years. It probably hasn't been 5 years for you either. Yep. Because of the succession, we're down a bit, although we'll probably bounce back up as soon as the Civil War is over here. And yeah, they did hit the Fragile Unity. I think that only gets hit. You only get hit with it once. So, if we have more Civil Wars, that shouldn't continue to progress downward. So, maybe I'm wrong on that. That would be very annoying if we were to have, like, multiple Civil Wars back to back to back and totally tore it apart. If that was the only thing that was going on. There's that war starting officially. Oh, the liberal movement's going to go to civil war at the current rate. Well, the rest is reasonably controlled. We'll see. We'll see how quickly Secret Police finishes. Secret Police, like, finishes quickly enough. That won't be a concern. I can take a little bit more... Say a little bit more. Take a pretty big hit here by reducing our consumption taxes for more influence to get the secret police going faster. Suppose I kick Petit Z out of government. Yeah. Yeah, so there's another one going. It didn't ding us again, so that's fine. The Sacred Union! In war we shall find peace. Yeah, so that reduced the likelihood, or reduced the actual hit chance there, but it makes it very fast, because we've got 50% off advancement speed, I think. Yeah. Pushed the wrong button. Should have said no to that. Oh, I got a claim. I can glare on them in a bit for it. Once everything's under control, we can glare on them for it. Gotta spend more time reading and less time clicking. Yeah, this is gonna roll through real quick, because now we've got 7% time off of it. Die works accident, we'll die sooner or later. Oh, someone else has apparently introduced the concept of car. Where are we buying all our cars from? World market. There we go. Who is the world producer of cars? Apparently America is. I suppose that isn't super surprising. Well, it's imports. Exports. Who's exporting the most? Belgians. Japanese. Okay, so no one's super heavy on it. Oh, I am at the point where I could be tagging into it. That's fair enough. Let's get that into the cycle so we can get our own cars. Ideally, that would be a market to dominate the export of. Okay, one of the wars over. Vietnam is back under our control. Okay, I know in this case we're saying no. Is there anything I actually want from Austria? Not really. We're just gonna sway our allies in and probably call it good. I suppose if it's a defensive one... The defensive one, can I take, money transfer without infamy? Yeah. That's actually how that's working. That's a little broken. One infamy and I can just give me all your money. That might just be a little broken. Yes, Austria gave me all your money. I'm not sure. Well, actually, that's probably pretty enforceable because we're going to have the Germans come in. Anyway, just start swaying countries in. Germany, you want to answer the call to arms? Want to answer the call to arms? Hang on, secret police. Spain. Want a war goal against what? Liberate subject. Liberate the Hungarians. Sure, I'm on board with that. Oh, you're at war with people who are in the war, so you can't come in. Fair enough. So now we have Home Affairs, but secret police style. Most notably, political movement activism reduction. Or did the change where the +2 comes from? The change where the +2 comes from. So I suppose the actually argument was a buff to the National Guard, because that was always the problem with the National Guard, is it maxed at 3. So yeah, we got 4% more political movement activism reduction per level. Some of the tags we're going to pick up. I think, there, another max Home Affairs. There's the last one. Is there any laws I want to pass? Or attempt to pass? The current government... no. Can't take a swing at multiculturalism. Only gotta wait 5 weeks, though. None of the factions technically support it. That's kind of what makes that hard. Let's exile you. Taking a while to load that page is what was happening there. Okay. Click the button again because I do want to see. I suspect there's none we can advance and invite. Yeah, none available. Because we can't just turn around and ask for the person back we just sent off. Anything else I want on authoritarianism? Don't really want to outlaw dissent. We're already on autocracy. Got secret police, yeah. You want public schools? We got that. Proportional tax, got that. Protectionism, have that. Okay. Doesn't really either. From the government, army out. Them in. Not going to take advantage of the corporatism here. Go for... probably try to go for old age pension. Yeah. Oh, we could calm this group down if we... Okay, we're gonna wait a couple weeks and take another swing at cultural exclusion. Or not cultural exclusion. Oh no, they won't support kind multiculturalism. That's what I think they were. Yeah, we'll take the swing at cultural exclusion then. Try to avoid having a bigger civil war, please. It's not gonna help with the anarchists, but I'll get the liberals off her back. didn't have a pending war. Or did the Austrian... I suppose I didn't set that as a primary, so the Austrians went back down. That's like what I think happened. I think the Austrians recognized that was... No, that's... The war's... somewhere. Interesting. It's not here, but it's... definitely... pending. Oh, is that because I... Yeah. Okay. Didn't realize that's what that was going to do. And I accidentally hit it the first time. Okay. Sway attempt. You want us to come in. We have an alliance with you, so we should accept. Question is, do we want anything from the other side? Nationalize all the Korean buildings. Sure. There's telephones, because of declared interest. That plus the Navy means I probably got a bunch of declared interests kicking around. Yeah. Yeah, the ones that don't want multiculturalism are gonna probably pop, or the one don't want cultural exclusion are probably gonna pop. The rest of them will probably stay down. Okay, I need to get the telephone industry going, because when we do central planning, we're going to need telephones. Lots of telephones. A total of 5 telephones for every government bureaucracy, plus the regular workers are going to want some. So we're looking at, let's say, 5,000 telephones. So 10 of these is 600. 50 of these is 3,000. I just said I need 5,000. So we're looking closer to 100, probably 90. We'll start with 90. Okay, going through all the PMs, because she's got a bunch of new PMs. Plus, all the places that broke off had the ability to set their own PMs, and short answer of their PMs is they're wrong. Whatever they picked is probably wrong. based on our needs. Decision tools, no, it's not that level of demand for luxury goods. Yeah, no. Okay. Forced monetary transfer. So for us, if our allies just simply go win the war for us, this will be a nice, rewarding. What? What? Minus 100 war support from cultural acceptance. So they were completely unwilling. Yeah, I think there's a math error there. So if our allies control one incorporated Austrian state, they're basically just going to surrender just promptly. Okay. And yeah, I have a suspicion the Germans will do that for us pretty quickly. Got 17 months before we get central planning. To get all those, not the art economies, but get the metric industries done. Korean government must be upheld. Radical revolt over there, okay. Power is derived from God, not the nation. Emperor of the Manchus occurred by government efforts to enact cultural exclusion. Manchu nationalists have ceremonially offered Emperor Zhao Asinginoro the title the Emperor of the Manchus. To accept the title would legitimize the claim that his power ultimately derives from the nation. Hail the Emperor of the Manchus. You want to embargo Austria. Easy enough to do. Probably coming up where I should put a part break in. Line is still going up. Maybe not going up as fast as we'd like because of all the Civil Wars, but line is going up. Subject to citizens. Sure. We'll pay money, make the deficit a little bit worse for temporary bonus to a law enactment. Oh, and telephones for the moment. Let's place low subventions for export. So these are happily exported if foreigners want to buy them. I think I'm subsidizing industry. If I'm not subsidizing industry, I should press that button. No, I'm not subsidizing industry. Subsidize the industry. Not yet, but they will very shortly. Okay, the glitch in the war support here has mostly fixed itself, so it's just a temporary glitch. Close the deal. There we go. Oh, did I not? I didn't push Liberate Hungary. Oops. That's fine. Now Austria is just paying too much money. Money transfer, 157,000. 154,000. That's, yep, that's an Austria one. It's probably only going to last for 5 years, unless Austria keeps it going. I think that's a good place to put the part break in on that successful military victory there. I'm noticing that the GDP is right now 666. We'll fix that in the next part. We'll make that go up more. I may also strive to convince some of our subjects that it is time to become one with Qing. Or maybe hold on to them until we can get more progress on the mandate here. I think the mandate changes... Base of 5, ranking 4... Okay. Maybe it isn't affected by... Well, it's affected by cohesion, at least. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, there'll be another part up tomorrow. At the current rate, I think we're only going to do 3 parts tonight. And then we'll have one more stream. The next stream, we will, I think, play until it is done. That way we don't have it still hanging around when the major patch comes out. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, they'll be put up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break, sip a little bit of tea. Maybe change the drink I have in front of me. I'm not going to make a new cup of tea. I'm just going to go grab a bottle of soda, I think. And then we will pick up and continue. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. And bye for now.